my chest. I got a lot on my plate. Money do not heal the pain. I swap my chain for his brain. Can't ride my wave, you gon' sink. Lil' bro, he ready to blank. They know my face at the bank. Pulled up in the V12 tank. Bitch think I'm tricking, I ain't. Been busy doubling this cake. They name me after a gun. I shit on niggas.
Oh, what's the deal, man? Welcome back to another episode of your auntie's favorite nephews. Today is only one nephew today. You dig what I'm saying, man? And bro, this is the Crashout podcast. I ain't gonna hold you up, bro. This is the Crashout podcast today. It's a lot of things I'm gonna say. It ain't gonna even correlate. It just been things that's been going on in my head, just going on in the world, and I just want to share it with y'all. So if y'all feeling a little lighthearted, this might not be the podcast for you because this is the Crash Out podcast. Quit playing with me, man. But look, before we even get started, man, I hope everybody is smooth. Hope everybody is doing good and is in good spirits. You dig what I'm saying, man? It's been hella months since the last podcast, and it's just been a lot of things going on. But really, this podcast, I'm just kind of I'm going to let y'all know what I be thinking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give y'all my perspectives on a lot of things, a lot of just random stuff. So, man, put y'all seatbelt on, man. We're going to get to chopping it up. So, y'all already know the first thing I'm going to talk about off bail is Diddy, man. Diddy, man. And unlike a lot of people, I have a very different perspective of everything that's going on with this Diddy case. So, let me first start off by saying, y'all got to chill on Diddy, bro. Yeah. Y'all gotta chill on Diddy. Now, before I even get into my perspective about everything with Diddy, let me agree with the masses first, because I don't want to scare y'all off rip. Now, first things first, Diddy wrong as hell. Period. It ain't no justification for a lot of shit that this nigga been on, bro. Diddy wrong as hell. You know, him kicking her ass in the middle of that hallway, tossing her down, and kicking her. You feel me? Like that's the wildest thing ever, bro. Watching that video is kind of cringy. You know what I'm saying? And I was raised by women. I got sisters. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not all for hitting women. Now, fun fact, I've never hit a woman, but I've never been opposed to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not promoting violence whatsoever. I just feel like I've been blessed to never have been in a predicament in which I've ever had to raise my hand on a woman. Because honestly, I think that's weak as hell. I feel like you can cut into a motherfucker even worse with words, because physical pain, that's going to fade away after a little bit of time. But them words, boy, them words can haunt somebody for decades. You feel me? So Diddy wrong for that. And Diddy freaky as hell. So we in the middle of his trial and all that. And it's a lot of freaky stuff coming out about Diddy, about how he flying dudes in, having them smack out on Cassie, skiing in Cassie. You feel me? And then I don't know how real this is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how real this is, but I believe I was reading that Diddy like men come on his nipples, bro. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Like that's the wildest shit ever, bro. That's the wildest shit ever. So I agree with all of y'all. Diddy is wrong. Diddy is wild. And Diddy is gay. And there's nothing wrong with Diddy being gay. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is when you portray to be straight, but you doing little, you know what I'm saying, little things on the side. You know what I'm saying? That's a little weird. But now let's get to the meat and potatoes, right? This bitch Cassie is not as innocent as everybody trying to portray her to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, first off, I like to put myself in everybody's shoes. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at it in everybody's perspective. And Cassie was with this nigga Diddy for like 10 to 11 years. Doing the freak offs. You know what I'm saying? So the way she's trying to paint this whole thing, like, yeah, I was just forced against my will to do these freak offs. No, ho. Because if you was forced, you would not be around this person for over a decade, bro. Like, let's be honest, bro. You can have a little bit of sympathy for her, but I personally don't have no sympathy for her. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was if the freak off thing was like a one and done, she experienced one freak off and she was just like, yeah, no, I ain't trying to get into that no more. But this hoe said that she was in hundreds of freak offs, even during her period. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense, bro. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure Diddy probably persuaded her sometimes. But even in the trial, reading the text messages, now the text messages was going to really mess her whole case up. Because in one of the messages, she like, I'm always ready for a freak off. Ho, you don't sound like you being forced to do freak offs if you always ready for it. And then in the case, she's also requesting and recruiting people to come to the freak off. Make it make sense. Cassie is not innocent, bro. Cassie is not innocent. And putting myself in Diddy's shoes, I would feel betrayed by this bitch, bro. I would feel betrayed by this bitch. And I'm going to tell you why. And you don't have to agree with me. Like I said, this is a Crashout podcast. Y'all don't have to agree with me, but just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it. Now, first off, Diddy is in the 1%, and he's not the one. Diddy is probably like the 0.5% out of the whole 100. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, like, bitch, you kicking it with a nigga that nobody will ever get the opportunity to. At least 99.5% of Americans will never get a chance to kick it with Diddy. You did. And Diddy took care of you for over a decade. Now, I was looking this stuff up. I had to do my homework, bro. I had to do my homework. And bro, Diddy done bought this girl a house, several houses, bought her several cars, then put her mama in a crib, traveling the world, all types of shopping sprees. It's fucking Diddy. It's Mr. Ciroc. It's Mr. Take that. You feel me? Diddy paid this girl away from everything. Everything. I ended up looking up one of the hotels they did the freak offs at, right? This hotel charges $20,000 a night. $20,000 a night. That is a third of like 40% of American salary. $20,000 a night. You dig what I'm saying? So just putting that into perspective, if he's spending 20 bands a night, and chances are he's not just staying there one night, he's staying there 3-4 nights. This hoe is eating $1,000 meals a day. I was saying this on my Instagram story. Bro, Cassie probably knew about crab boils back in 2009, bro. You know what I'm saying? Eating the biggest of crab legs. Niggas ain't know shit about Wagyu beef. I bet she did. You know what I'm saying? Because Diddy took care of all of that, all of her expenses. Now, granted, ain't nothing for free, bro. I learned this in high school. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Because, nigga, somebody paying for that shit. You did what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, bitch, I got you with me. We flying in PJs from here to there. We hitting 18 different countries within a month. You know, you living your best life. So that shit come at a price, bro. That shit come at a price. And she's a fool if she thought that didn't come at a price. You know what I'm saying? So putting yourself in Diddy's shoes, bitch, all you got to do is wake up in the morning. Just wake up in the morning and I got it from there. Now, come the end of the night, you going to be doing a whole lot of things with them hoes that you was born with. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing that you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? And if you wasn't for the shenanigans, you should have just kicked it with a regular nigga. You know what I'm saying? But she enjoyed all the liberties that came with fucking with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Then she sued Diddy. Now, I personally thought this was some BS when this first came out. She exposed everything Diddy be on, and she didn't want this nigga in jail. She wanted $30 million. And what she got the 30. They didn't even go to court. Diddy ain't even waste no time. He said, look, how much you want? All right, take this, get the hell on. But she still came to court to tell on him, bro. Bro, if I'm Diddy, I would feel some type of way. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because how do I give you $20 to $30 million and you still come to tell on me like I didn't take care of you, bro? That's a slap in the face if you ask me. Now, I'm not saying what Diddy did is right. I'm not saying what Diddy did is justified. 50-50 with the justified thing. I'm not saying that him kicking our ass is cool. I'm not saying that him doing all this stalker thing stuff is cool. But if I'm paying your way through life, if I call you, you need to answer the phone. I get that. There's no pushback on that for me. You know what I'm saying? So Cassie is wrong as hell. And like I said, Diddy freaky as hell, but I don't think he should be demonized the way that he's being demonized now. Now, let's talk about Diddy for a little bit. Like I said, Diddy freaky as hell. The shit that's coming out in this trial is something that I've never heard of. You know what I'm saying? He flying people in to smack Cassie out while he in the corner stroking his shit. Like, what is going on here? But I sat down and I thought about it. I tried to put myself in people's shoes just to try to see how they potentially looked at the situation. And honestly, I'm not saying I understand Diddy, but I kind of understand Diddy to a degree. Not 100%, maybe like 12%. And I'm going to tell you why. Bro, I'm 32. Ever since I could remember anything, I remember Diddy being a thing. From Diddy being with Biggie, Diddy being with Mace, Diddy making a band, Diddy having his own Ciroc. All my life, all I known was Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Which means that Diddy been having money for decades, bro. Decades, bro. So what comes with money is power, and what comes with power is hoes, bro. Diddy has had all the baddest hoes in the world, bro. Any chick I personally thought was fine as hell, Diddy had them. Let's start with J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? Bro, who was badder in the early 2000s outside of J-Lo, bro? I'm going to give y'all a second to think about it. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to sip my drink. Nobody was colder than J-Lo in the early 2000s, bro. You know what I'm saying? The only person I could kind of think of, maybe Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks was cold as hell back in the day. I wouldn't be surprised if he smacked up Tyra Banks. You feel me? People gonna say Nia Long. Nia Long was fine as hell, not topping J-Lo. Who else people gonna say? Sanaya Lathan. I never cared about Sanaya Lathan. Ain't topping J-Lo. Who else did he have? I had a big thing for back in the day. I had a big thing for Keisha Cole. I thought Keisha Cole was I thought she was He had Keisha Cole too. In the documents, they saying that Diddy was hanging around Lauren London. Bro, he was probably smacking Lauren London too. Now, when Lauren London came out, she was the coldest thing out at that time. And Diddy had her too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to say, bro, Diddy is gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, point blank, period. Once you get to doing little weird stuff, rubbing men come on your nipples and all that, like, bro, you gay. And one gay act will negate all the straight things you done never did in your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of messed up, but it's true. But, I mean, when you have Diddy money and you have the opportunity to be with the baddest woman alive every day for the rest of your life. And when I say the baddest one, I'm not talking about J-Lo. I'm talking about even regular degulars. Like, we all done walked into a damn Popeye's chicken and seen the chicken was like, girl, why you working here? You cold as hell. Diddy probably didn't have her, or he could have her. You know what I'm saying? So after decades of having the baddest of bitches, after decades of having threesomes, foursomes, fivesomes, my nigga, you might not be so... Pussy might not do it for you no more. You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree because I've never hit that level. But I would imagine if I, in 30 years, if I done smacked out the coldest of pieces in the world, here in America, here in Brazil, Europe, Thailand, the Netherlands, Paris, you know, pussy might not hit the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, imagine Diddy. Imagine Diddy walking in the club and the coldest trick, not the coldest trick, the coldest chick is trying to get drunk to kick it with Diddy. He's just like, let me guess, another bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy might not have, Diddy has a different craving at this point. You know what I'm saying? And in his eyes, and I'm not agreeing with what the stuff that he got going on. In his eyes, he probably just like, man, let me kick it with a chick in which I can do all the sexual things that I want. You know what I'm saying? And he done paid this girl away. She never had to worry about anything financially. Now, mentally, the hoe probably fucked up. You know what I'm saying? The hoe probably fucked up. But financially and just navigating through life, Diddy took care of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So for Diddy, I imagine this is the biggest slap in the face. Because he's just like, bro, I took care of you for over a decade. I made sure your friends, your family was straight. And now you want to stand accusing me of sex trafficking? Now let's talk about that, right? Sex trafficking, that is crazy, bro. Sex trafficking is crazy because they saying, yeah, you know, he flying people in to have sex with him, to have sex with his girl. Like, bro, hold on. Any real player that flew a bitch in to knock him down. Any real player that flew a chick in to knock him down, whether it's a random chick, whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's whoever, is that considered sex trafficking? You know what I'm saying? And then she was also recruiting these folks, dog. It's just like, bro, that's the craziest shit ever to get labeled as a sex trafficker. You know what I'm saying? And she was participating in it. You know, so this is a big slap for Diddy. But if you ask me, the person that's hurting the most in my eyes, or the way I would look at it, is Cassie's husband, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine hearing all the freaky shit this nigga Diddy did. Let's say I'm her husband to my bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? She flying mandingos out to have threesome, foursomes with him. There's no way in hell if I'm Cassie's husband that I think that I'm satisfying my chick after hearing all this shit this bitch been through. And in the court cases, it said that she was FaceTiming her husband before the freak offs. You know what I'm saying? So, moral of the story, right? Cassie is not as innocent as she's portraying herself to be. You know what I'm saying? And for everybody just to have just overwhelmingly sympathy for her is just asinine. Because we all know women be lying, bro. Women be lying. And I'm sure Diddy lied too. But I just can't believe Cassie just because she claimed that she's the victim. No, ho. The text messages says that you wanted these freak offs too. Now, at some point, maybe you did not want to do the freak offs no more, but let's not act like you wasn't into this shit at some point. You feel me? And in my head, and this is just my perspective, once she realized that she couldn't change Diddy, once she realized that Diddy is going to keep doing him, that's when she left. But then years later, if she broke up with this nigga in 2018, why did you wait to 2023 to sue this nigga? For money. You didn't even want this nigga in jail. You wanted the money. You know what I'm saying? So this whole case is just BS, bro. And I honestly hope Diddy get off because he really put his trust in a chick that betrayed him, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, like I said, Diddy freaky as hell and he wrong as hell for all that. You know? So look, so like I said, man, there's going to be a whole bunch of just random topics. So let's get to the next one. So another thing, I used to kind of like to watch Pop the Balloon. You know what I'm saying? And I love to get y'all perspective on Pop the Balloons, right? My perspective on Pop the Balloons This is the saddest show in the world, bro. It's sad as hell, especially if you're a guy. You know what I'm saying? So I had the liberty of watching an episode probably like 2, 3 days ago. And in this episode, it was the lineup of women and it was a guy coming through, you know what I'm saying, trying to vet the chicks. So this one dude, he get on here and I was just thinking, I'm just like, bro, how bad of a person you have to be to fly to a whole nother state to get on the show to try to find love. You know what I'm saying? So this particular individual, right? I'm gonna tell you about this particular person in this show. I forgot the nigga name. Let's just call him Jeremy, right? No, I know it, Jeremy. Jeremy, cool. Let's call him Ryan. Let's call him Ryan. So Ryan is from Savannah, Georgia, and this nigga flew to Phoenix, Arizona to find love. Now, let's just break this shit down right here, right? For you to fly from Georgia to Arizona, that's like a smooth 10 states right there. You know what I'm saying? 10 plus states, which means like my nigga, you flew past about a smooth 15 to 20 million bitches, bro, just to get on a lineup of 12 bitches in which none of them chose him. Spoiler alert, none of them chose this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I was just thinking, I'm like, bro, you gotta be a pretty messed up individual for you not to be able to kick it within your surrounding areas. Now, if you're a masculine guy, if you're a dominant type of guy, bro, you're gonna thrive wherever you're at. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Detroit. There's no way in hell I can even consider flying to Phoenix, Arizona to find a chick. Nigga, it's hoes right around the corner. It's hoes right. It's some hoes across. It's a baby mama right across the street, bro. Why am I flying to Phoenix, Arizona to find love, bro? It's something wrong with you, my nigga. It's something wrong with you. Then the following nigga that came on the pop the balloon thing, this was this nigga's second time getting on the show. Bro, I can't imagine going on this show one time, let alone twice, and getting hold. Fun fact, the second nigga left with no bitches either. You know what I'm saying? So, in conclusion, not only is these niggas weird, I'm going to say this term, and I don't mean it in like the actual way. I'm just saying like, bro, I don't even think, I'm going to say it. Bro, these niggas gay, bro. These niggas is just simply gay. And I don't mean like homosexual gay. I mean more so like something's wrong with you gay, bro. You know? So my shorty, right? She was like, Rod, would you ever go and pop the balloon? And I was just like, if I was to go and pop the balloon, I'm not going on pop the balloon to find love. I'm going to pop the balloon to smash something. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to fly to Arizona to find a chick that's staying, let's just say, Wisconsin or some shit. And I'm going to take you serious. Bro, there's no way I'm taking you serious if I'm in Detroit and you in Wisconsin. So you telling me every time this meat need to get sucked, I got to pay $500, $600 to fly you in or $500 to $600 for me to fly you out? Nah, that's some bullshit. And there's something wrong with people that think that there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand like on something, I understand like on the humbug. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you go like to a business conference in which like your company send everybody to like a mutual location. Let's say like Cincinnati, so it's people from New Mexico coming to Cincinnati for this work conference. It's people from New Jersey coming to Cincinnati for this work conference, and you meet somebody, you vibe, and you're just like, even though you stay in New Jersey and I'm in Cincinnati, maybe we could try to make something happen. That's something that's way more organic than I'm about to fly over here to meet somebody from Texas and we're going to try to make a long distance relationship work. Like, bro, what's wrong with all the hoes in Georgia, bro? What's wrong with all the hoes in Georgia? And in Atlanta, even though Atlanta, is very whimsical, I've heard that there are a surplus of women in Atlanta that can't find guys. So I understand you leaving Savannah. You might find a chick in a different city. That's cool. But for you to fly 10 to 12 states over, bro, is absolutely asinine. It don't make sense. And I think those guys are weird, and I feel like they should be single, bro, because there's something wrong with you. It's just simply something wrong with you. Now, the women, I don't feel the same way for the women for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Because, I feel like it's more natural for a woman to take that chance to try to find love, even if it's out her state. So, I'm not misogynistic. I don't think there's anything wrong with the women trying to get on the show and find some love. But the guys that's going there to find a woman, that's weird. Now, the guys that show up to line up, no, them niggas weird too, now that I think about it, because, bro, why are you flying from Pittsburgh to Phoenix, Arizona to kick it with a chick that's in Washington? Like, nah, bro. It's something wrong with you, and my nigga, you might need clinical therapy. I'm just keeping it a bean with you niggas, dog. That's it. All right, y'all. So now let's get on the next topic, right? The next topic is for my niggas. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, ladies, I can help y'all out a little bit. But this message is for the niggas, bro. Bro, can y'all start like treating these baby mamas' kids a little better, bro? You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a very touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? Because it affects a lot of women and it affects a lot of guys. Bro, y'all got to start treating these baby mamas with more respect, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of dudes look at baby mamas a certain type of way, and it's just like, bro, okay, I get you. I'm a guy. I get how you look at a lot of baby mamas. But, bro, y'all ain't got to be such an asshole to the baby mama and or the kids, bro. Man, I got a partner, dog. He be treating the baby mama kid just so bold, and not necessarily bold, but it's just like, bro, you could take the little nigga to Wendy's or something like that, bro. Take the little nigga to Jeepers, Chuck E. Cheese or something, or just do some type of activity, bro. Bro, you're going to get the buns, bro. You're going to get the buns. We all know that about baby mamas, bro. If a baby mama make time for you, to kick it with you, to do some shit with you, bro, you're gonna get the buns, bro. So you don't have to be so aggressive or mean to the baby mama or the kid, bro, especially the fucking kid. Bro, if you come over, bro, play a little Fortnite with the nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? If you come over, you know what I'm saying? Take the little nigga to go get some pizza or some shit, bro. Like, chances are, if you over there, the nigga probably don't have a good role model in his life, bro. It's a chance the daddy could be over there, but, I mean, who knows, bro? We all know a lot of baby daddies just get the hell on. Once the kid come, nigga, the baby mama kind of probably just switched up on him, so the nigga probably got the fuck on, and if she fucking with you actively, bro, he probably ain't got no good role models in his life, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's the little things that you could do just to alleviate the shit for the mom, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? You're going to get the buns, bro. That's a universal known thing, bro. If you're kicking it with a baby mama, chances are you're going to get the buns every time you come through, because, nigga, she got limited time. She got to go to work. She got to provide for the kids. She got to have some time for herself. She got to go check in on her family. So if she squeezed some time in for you, bro, you gon' get what you want to come over there and get, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, be kind to the little nigga, bro. Be kind to the little nigga. And what made me think about this is my mama, nigga. Hey, hopefully my mama ain't gonna get mad. But like I said, this the Crashout podcast. So I don't give a damn for real. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I remember when I was a youngin', bro. Youngin', probably like 5, 6, maybe 7, bro. My mom was kicking it with this one nigga. I ain't gonna even throw his name out there, dog. But the nigga was cool as fuck to me, bro. The nigga was cool, cracked a little joke. I felt so comfortable with this nigga, and I knew what he was trying to do to my mama, nigga. I knew what he was trying to do. But because he was so cool, I didn't even want to get this nigga no static. Why would I want to give him some static? And then he had a little daughter, So nigga, most of the time they'll pair me and a daughter up and then they just get the fuck on and do whatever the hell they got going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, bro, you don't have to be an asshole. And bro, if I was to see this nigga today, now that I'm a grown man, I'd dap him up. Cause I'd be like, bro, you didn't have to be cool with me, but you chose to be cool with me when you didn't have to, bro. And I appreciate that so much. And I hope this gonna sound crazy. I hope you went over there, I hope you came over here and you got what you wanted to get, bro. Because you was such a solid nigga, bro. You always had me laughing. I don't remember this nigga doing anything spectacular for me, but just being a kind nigga, bro. Being a kind nigga. So now that I'm older, now that I have kicked it with some baby mamas and shit, bro, it's just like, bro, it takes nothing to be a cool nigga to a little nigga that's 5, 6, 7 years old, bro. Crack a couple jokes, play a little patty cake, you know what I'm saying? And nigga, that's it. That's it. You ain't gotta be over here being a dickhead to the fucking child, bro. Like, why? Why even do all that, bro? Like, the little nigga already got a hard life as is, bro. And chances are, if the mama fucking with you and you a ain't shit motherfucker, it's probably been like 18 other ain't shit motherfuckers. So this little child been getting treated like a fucking doormat this whole time. Oh man, get the fuck out of here, little nigga. You know what I'm trying to do to your mama, motherfucker. Like, bro, you don't have to be like that, bro. You don't have to be like that. So for my niggas, bro, man, treat the baby mamas with a little bit more respect, bro. And not only her, treat the kid, bro. Because if the kid is like over the age of like 9, 10, he already know what you over there for, bro. He already know. He know his mama a bust down, bro. Mamas need love too, bro. Mamas need love too, bro. So the least you can do is just be cool with the little nigga, dog. Just be cool because in retrospect, when the little nigga get older, you don't want this nigga to come over here trying to find you and fight you, nigga, because you was an asshole to his mama. Because best believe, if this nigga was an asshole to my mama, I would be actively searching for this nigga right now, bro. Because now I know the nigga in his 60s, and boy, I'm in my 30s and I'm prime. You know what I mean? I'm in my prime. I wake up every morning looking to kick somebody's ass at this point, bro. Whether it's a teenager, a young adult, a nigga my age, I don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna go down the Rolodex of lists of motherfuckers that didn't piss me off in my life, and guess who's not on the list? The nigga that was fucking with my mama because he was a real ass nigga and he brought his daughter over. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? He brought his daughter over. Hey, it was a family affair. You dig, man? So, like I said, bro, for all the fellas, man, bro, you ain't got to be such an asshole to the baby mama, bro, or the child, especially the child, bro, because especially if it's a fucking boy, bro. If it's a boy, it is hard for a young man, a boy, to let his mama get taken down, bro. It's hard as hell for a young man to realize that shit. Like, man, dog, this nigga over for one reason only. And he an asshole to me, bro. And he an asshole, bro. I could go over there and fuck the whole play up. I can fuck the whole play up. Man, I need help with my homework, bro. I done broke a dish. And guess what, nigga? Guess who ain't getting no buns that night? Yo stupid ass, nigga. Quit playing with me, man. Be kind to them kids, bro. Just be kind to the kids. That's all I'm saying, bro. It don't take that much, dog. It don't take that much. Give them $10 for the little Roblox, bro. And not only is the kid gonna be happy, bro, the baby mama gonna be happy as hell too. And whatever freaky shit she did for this kid to come alive, bro, she gonna do the same thing for you just by showing a little love to the little nigga, bro. That's it. Anyway, next topic, right? So like I was telling y'all, I got a whole list of topics of things that just been running through my head, right? So, damn, I just kind of went brain dead. Hold on, nigga. Now I gotta look at my little list, bro. All right. I got two good ones. All right, family. I want y'all to let me know if I'm tripping, right? Let me know if I'm tripping. And I understand a lot of times I do be tripping, but a lot of times I don't be tripping. A lot of times y'all be tripping, man. You know what I'm saying? Tripping, saying that I'm tripping when I know I ain't tripping. You did what I'm saying? So I got a partner, right? My man's he about to sell his soul. And when I say sell his soul, I use that as a term for proposing, about to get married and shit, right? So this is my dog, man. I fucking love this nigga, bro. This is blood couldn't make us any closer. So he reached out to me. He was like, man, Rob, I'm about to propose to my girl. I'm like, oh man, shit. Wow. I said, but that's cool. I guess you been with your chick for like 7 years, 8 years or some shit. Like, she put the time in. She got tenure in at this point. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm just like, bro, that's dope, man. She didn't put her time in. Go ahead and move her up to that next level, right? So one thing about my partner, man, he my age. I'm 32. Is he 32? No, he 31. Nigga, we the same age. Within a year, we the same age, man. He's he got like the mindset of a YN. And I'm saying that to say that like he gotta post everything he do. You know what I'm saying? My nigga about to go get nigga some Chinese food. My nigga gonna post him going to get some Chinese food. It's just like, bro, I'm glad you ain't got no ops, nigga, because if so, your ass would have been unalive by now, for sure. So past couple of weeks, this nigga been posting up, you know what I'm saying, him going to the jewelry store, looking at different jewelry, looking at rings and shit. And when I seen it, I'm just like, this is just me personally. Maybe I'm tripping. Like I said, let me know if I'm tripping. When I seen it, I'm like, damn, why you posting this, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if, like, your girl don't see it, like, I'm pretty sure it's some other niggas or some other females that probably follow you from your girl. Y'all been with each other for 8 years, bro. Of course, y'all done incorporated friends in y'all social media lives and shit, right? Why are you posting this and not thinking it's gonna get back to her? So when he called me a couple weeks ago, right? He was like, he gonna propose. I said, oh shit, that's what's up. And I was like, nigga, you been posting a lot of shit on your story about you buying rings and shit. I said, bro, don't she know? He was like, man, no, she don't know. I blocked her. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I talked to my partner probably like 2 days ago or something like that. And he was talking about the proposal and shit. And he was just like, yeah, bro, tell me why she found out. And I'm just like, bro, of course she found out, nigga. Bro, you post everything you do. Of course. So I was like, damn, bro, that's messed up. I said, man, look, if I was you, I wouldn't even propose that day, nigga. Especially since now she know. Because when he was telling me, he was like, he talked to one of her friends, and her friend was like, yeah, she know you about to buy a ring, and she know you about to propose. And I said, oh, nigga, the cat's out the bag, bro. Now you got to push it back another year. You got to push it back another year. And this is why I say, and it don't got to be another year. It could be another 2 months. It could be another 3 months. It could be 6 months. I don't know. You just got, in my head, you got to push it back. Because now when you propose, she's going to be theatrical, but it's going to be so fucking fake. You know what I'm saying? Because she know it's coming. Now in my head, I'm going to play a P. I ain't never really thought about getting married. But if I was to get married, I would want the engagement or the proposal to be such a surprise. Like the biggest surprise. We're going to be in the middle of the milk aisle in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? A surprise like that. Not literally, but something like that. To the point where I know that this person's reaction is going to be so authentic. You know what I'm saying? So when I was telling him, I said, bro, well, now that she know you about to propose, when you propose, she gonna cover her mouth like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. What you mean you can't believe you're doing this? You knew he was about to do this. You know what I'm saying? So my partner, he was like, man, no, Rod, you tripping, bro. I ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it. And I said, all right, bro, do what you do. But am I tripping for thinking like that? Like, I would like to think that the proposal is going to be a surprise. I don't want it to be all built up and then just have it be just like a fake reaction, or a rehearsed reaction. You know what I'm saying? I think that's worse than the actual damn. I think that's just the worst thing possible. Like, just be like, all right, yeah, for sure. I think I would respect the person if I was to propose and she knew I was proposing. I think I would respect the person more if she was just like, all right, yeah, for sure. I already knew you was about to do this. Yeah, it's a yeah, for sure. Come on, let's get up out of here. But I feel like most women is not going to do that. Most women is going to act surprised, be surprised. But I would much rather for my lady to be surprised than to act surprised. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm tripping, please let me know if I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? And even if I'm tripping, and even if you think I'm tripping, but you see my perspective, let me know if you see my perspective. I understand. I be tripping sometimes. But I don't think I'm tripping on this, right? Next subject. So, y'all, I was born and raised a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I love the Lord. I love Jesus Christ. I don't pray as often as I need to pray, but every blue moon, periodically, when I think about it, I pray and I don't even ask for nothing. I just say thank you, right? So, I was thinking about this a couple of days ago. It's funny how every time you go to church, whether it's a regular Sunday service or whether it's Bible study, you got to pay the preacher. You got to pay the preacher. Now, whether it's called tithes and offering, whether it's called some type of building fund, whether it's called something else, every time you go to church, you got to spend money. What's the difference from a pastor and a pimp? Please let me know what's the difference between a pastor and a pimp. Because, I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to break it down. Like I said, I could be tripping, but I'm going to try my best to relay how my brain worked to y'all. First off, every pimp that you've seen in movies that you know personally, they some fly niggas. You know what I'm saying? Typically, they have a suit on. They might have a little hat on. They talk with a little slang, and they got a harem of bitches, right? Bro, don't a pastor come to church with a suit on? You know what I'm saying? Don't his first lady be fly as hell? When he pull up, don't he pull up in some fly ass shit, whether it's a Beamer, whether it's a Benz, whether it's a damn Bentley. Nigga, it's some pastors that got Bentleys, nigga. Bentleys. And there's people in the congregation that don't even have a vehicle that caught the bus to church and still giving tithes and offering. Bro, what is the difference between a pastor and a pimp? This is what I want to know. And ironically, one of the greatest pimps of all time is called Bishop Magic Don Juan. Why did this nigga got the name Bishop in his name? Huh? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How come every time you see your pastor and or bishop, you gotta pay what you weigh? You gotta sock it to his pocket. You gotta sock it to his pocket. Now, when I was growing up in church, now my mom for sure ain't gonna like this. When I was growing up in church, man, I ain't gonna say the church I was in. I ain't gonna say, none of that stuff, man. But after tithes and offering, you know what I'm saying? They take the basket to the back. I peep this. I'm a money nigga, bro. So I peep everything that kind of go with money. Every time tithes and offering was over with and it go in the back, obviously they counting up the pay. There was so many times where after they took tithes and offering, you know what I'm saying? The pastor and or bishop may give his sermon. But before you get about that church, right? There's been times the pastor that I was going to would come back like, hey, look, y'all, we a little short on this pay this week, nigga. We gonna need for y'all to do a whole nother round. If y'all got that 20 burning a hole in y'all pocket, drop that 20 in the collection plate. Fuck, nigga. Now, he, of course, he never said fuck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna offend people that you trying to get money from. But it's just like, damn, nigga. Nigga, this your building, nigga. Nigga, this your building. In my head, the Lord, in my head, I feel like if you're a righteous person, the Lord will kind of talk and move through you. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think that you got to go to church and sock it to a pastor pocket, because he telling you something that you should know. I mean, imagine that, right? Imagine you saying that you're a man of God, and for you to show up, nigga, I need paper. What, doesn't it make sense for you just to spread the word for free? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody tell you to get this big ass building. And I'm not talking about the pastor that you know what I'm saying, that I was of his tutelage. I don't think I ever used that word before. I'm not using him only as an example. I'm just speaking worldwide. It was this instance where what was that? It was a famous pastor, nigga. It was a famous ass pastor, bro, where he told the congregation, he told the ushers, close the door. Close the door. Matter of fact, give me 30 seconds. We about to find out what pastor said, close the door. Hold on. Close the door. Hey, I just got an alert. My credit score went up. Quit playing with me. Close the door, pastor. What pastor said close the door? Bishop Marvin Sapp. You know what I'm saying? Close the door. I wish I could add a clip. Maybe I'll try to add a clip. But yeah, he was saying close the door and put some more money in this collection plate. Nigga, if that ain't pimping, what is? What is? And ironically, there's more of what gender in the church? Is there more men or is there more women? I'm not going to answer that question because we all know who's in the church more. So, with that being said, man, I feel like I may have rattled enough feathers. So yeah, this was the Crash Out podcast, man. I just kind of wanted to get some things off my chest. We talked about the Pop the Balloon. We talked about Diddy. Cassie is not as innocent as y'all think she is. This hoe is a freak. And a deceiving freak at that. What else we talked about? We talked about the baby mamas, man. Fellas, please start treating the baby mamas, but more importantly, the kids with more respect, bro. You're gonna get the buns regardless. She made time on her day. She not just trying to cuddle and make biscuits for you, nigga. She gonna want you to do all that crazy stuff to her. But the least you could do is make sure little man or little mama, you know what I'm saying, is kinda rocking with you at least a little bit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We talked about what pastors are nothing but pimps, at least in my opinion. Was that it? I think that's pretty much it. We talked about my partner proposing to his chick. Am I tripping with that? Would y'all push back the proposal if she know that it's about to come? Because that's like having a surprise party and the nigga know that it's a surprise party. It's like, what you gonna do? Imagine that. Imagine you throwing a surprise party for somebody. He knows it's a surprise party, and when he walk in, he like, oh my God, I can't believe y'all actually saw. Like, nigga, quit playing with me, bro. You knew this shit was about to happen, bro. We canceling the birthday party. We canceling it. That's how I feel about it. But with that being said, man, look, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Look, I wanted to do a solo dolo podcast just to see if I can do it, man. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully I rattled some feathers up a little bit. And if I did, perfect. That's exactly what I was aiming to do. And if I didn't, just give me a little bit more time. I'm going to say something that's going to get up under your skin too. You dig? So with that being said, man, make sure y'all follow your boy, Ride to Don, Ride_DA_Don_. Make sure y'all follow the podcast page at YAFN Podcast, man. And I'm gonna try my best to holler at y'all soon, man. It's definitely been a minute. I definitely enjoyed venting to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all like it, like it. If y'all don't like it, and just rock with y'all boy. Till next time, peace.